got done washing the truck. Here's my new cap here. That looks pretty good. These are the old ones. That's what they look like when they get through the winter. But these look like mirrors, and they have to be all polished again. I'm looking at this weld over here. I got a little crack. Looks like it cracked right over here. Alright, there. That's the crack. So if I get a bigger mud flap like I want, then it'll start cracking. This whole piece will come off. See the other side too. So I'm going to take it back and get that welded. But I went ahead. I'm going to go ahead and take these off. And the other one is the backup. And you can see what you do with these little ones. I usually put these on my backup trailers because jumping curbs and all that. If it's not going to be yours and everybody else is using it, you want to leave it up a little higher. Because every driver that's not really familiar, they learn just once. And when they back up too much and their curbs are too high, it actually curls up to the tire itself and rips this down, and it pulls this down and bends this bracket down. And that's the big no-no. It takes about 2 seconds to do that. That's backing into a stall in truck stops with high curbs in the back, and you bump it and your mud flaps actually pull down. The plastic ones, you can see them rip right away. These are rookie mistakes, and you have to understand that. And doing that, you would bring these to the tractor mud flaps. You put them on the trailer. Those are really for your backup trailers. You let other people run them and all that, or if it's a company trailer, they do it. But like my other trailer, you'll see that it's actually lower, and I actually have 2 folds. And once I get this welded, I'll show you how I set it up. I'll put it on this trailer because this looks like it's going to be the one I'm going to be running for a while. 1200 is not really good right now. It's got too many miles in the box. They got it welded, and it looks like it's better just to get another trailer because I put about 1 million miles in 5.5 years. But these are stainless. These are really nice. That's what it looks like when I got everything. This is what we have to wear. And main thing is these here are outside. You see the filters. But these are the kind of mud flaps you really want. It's that thick. Everything else is cheap and plastic. Even thin plastic, that would be your spare mud flap. You always keep one. You can see how cheap they are, but these are the ones that'll stay there forever. The life of the truck or trailer, you always have these mud flaps. Even when they pull down and anything, everything else will break besides just rubber mud flaps. So remember the thickness there. This or thicker is the trick, and this rubber won't break. And the plastic ones, you hit anything, when it's frozen 20 below zero, it would just crack right off. And they only hold probably less than a year. You replace those suckers. Unless you live in California or Hawaii. When you go to Wyoming, it's always like that. It looks a little better. They have a touch of class. On the right is very common because you would hit branches and trees on curbs when you park on the side. Some of them you can't help, so you go really slow, or you have to weed in and make sure you park close. But with these mud flaps, when you tighten them, you gotta make sure you don't over tighten them because it really pulls. It makes a little dent in the front, and it doesn't really look flat like a mirror. And especially when you spend so much more with stainless. But if it doesn't get bunched around, it actually looks like that. It looks really nice. You can even polish it off. You see my caps. I can just polish those suckers back off. Many times I use those as spares, but I should always have spares. be like this kind of model. If you have a chance to buy stainless that's flat, that's really nice. As long as you install it that way, anymore you can see in time that it will break off. They're easy to break off. They actually snap off like that. But that's how you get these very simple. But it looks really nice. You can see how the touch of glass really shows that you take care of your equipment. Alright, let's get another project going. These antennas I use, they're called hot rods, but they're called fire sticks really. There's so many brands, but they did come out like that. There's different CB antennas you'll get, but this one here I like because the wire is not wrapped on the outside. When it comes to antennas, they tune them all, no matter how big they are or long. But you'll see these sticks here, and when you buy them, this here is really nice. It's a 5.5 foot. I do that, I measure it so I'm actually an inch higher than the trailer itself. And when you see here, you can see they're much bigger than the original ones I put in for the winter. But when you go summer, I really like the longer ones. But you'll see the difference. See them much longer. I'm going to replace them all. See this one broke off. else you polish up and the plastic stuff you replace. You could really steel wool it, but it gets scratchy, and you could do it for another year. But I've had these every 2 years. I usually replace them. I'll also show you how simple it is. When you replace your headlights, you have to take this off anyway, so you get pretty good at knowing which screws it is. And with this, it's actually 6 screws. And once you take the 6 screws out, this cover comes off. And you can take 2 screws off on the top, and you replace the headlights by folding them down. These here, actually, if I do a million every 5.5 years, this is 2 years old, so you can see that this has gone about close to 400,000 miles. It's good work. Now you can see the new ones here. That's the main top part that really shows off that you miss, is that shine on the top. And you see these 2 screws you take off, pull that down and get to your headlights. You see how simple it is when it comes to how beautiful it looks. I can put this chrome trim on here, really add it up, and I'll polish the heck out of that. You can see the touch of glass that you do. And these visors really look nice. The richer ones don't have a visor, just a frame around it. And you can see how really nice and beautiful they look. It's better to do it in springtime. Get it all done before May because it gets really hot out here. All the polishing should be done in spring and fall. The fall itself is all about waxing and really covering things up. Especially your rims and aluminum, you can really wax them up. The Alcoa's got a really good spray for that. And it'll last for a good month or so. You realize you gotta cover everything up. They're really putting a lot of chemicals in their roads, so it's really gonna be a different way to really operate your equipment. And a lot of it's the wiring harness and all the corrosion really eats up the plastic. A lot of dust on the road, you got to really replace their air filters all the time. It used to be like once a year, but not anymore. Apron was just a potato. Getting potatoes is always dirty places, loading docks. All that dust all day, the truck's so dirty. And I'm actually at Iowa 80. This is what they call the world's largest truck stop. And it's a good place to buy stuff for cheaper. Now you can just go on their website and they can buy all this stuff. A lot of other places they sell it, but it's much more expensive. Try to go shop in the penny pinch and find a good place, but yeah, look at the difference. The green. You keep it up, and you can really go all the way to putting a good wax on it. They got them with lights and all that. I got that on my other truck, the green one. That's really nice. I hooked up the blinkers and all that. And the Peterbilts, they got blinker lights on the bottom. It's sort of replacing an image of the classic look. Like putting those lights below the headlights. But everybody's got a little style. I don't go too much. Touch the glass just a little bit here and there. And once it gets cleaned up, you can see that every week the way I go about 3,600 miles a week to 4,000. So you can see you're always going to go through weather. No matter what's going to be, you always know that you can wash it, but it's going to get dirty. And it's really hard. You wish it would be a truck show kind of vehicle, but it's not. It's a work truck show kind of vehicle. So it's a new look, and stainless is really a good way to keep it up longer instead of chrome. And the plastic here, instead of the chrome, you have to polish it. The aluminum, of course, is always a heartache. But the Peterbilts, they got a harder aluminum, so you really have to cut it harder. But with their headlights, you got to polish it all. And here, the Freightliners, you just replace these. And you'll see that with the Peterbilts, they got aluminum that you got to polish. They're not actually metal. Even this crown here is not stainless. And it's actually aluminum you have to polish. So there's so much love that you can put in those old dogs. but a lot of this I'm doing at 20 below zero or anything below freezing. Things crack real easy. And you're hustling out there. Well, as long as you keep repairing it. If you don't keep it up, your list will be so long if you do it only once a month. If you just do 2 things a week, do your vehicle inspection and keep up things, then it won't be so big of a work list. Now you get a list and give it to your mechanic and he takes care of it. All the piddly stuff, all the way to the expensive stuff. It all costs money if you don't do it yourself. They do it, what, $82 an hour or higher now. Even this stuff is classified as hour labor. If you don't know how to switch a headlight, you see the really silly things when they overcharge. Well, you just have to have confidence and realize if they can do it, you can do it. I noticed that I'm really into the uniformity. I noticed this one here is not the right one. I got 2 of them, they're not the same. These are the caps I like. These are Alcoas. These are really nice. They're beautiful. I put them in the fronts as screw-ons. The fronts are actually bigger. I'll show you. I bite back up. See how that heads on. So this is the caps for the trailers. These are the drives. This is actually bigger, but that's in the front. You can see the size ratio I have. That's why the caps here, when they're bigger in the back, look really nice. They fill it up. And this here in the front, I screw it on. You see these are cola caps. In the backs, I put them on with the same. So it's all uniformed all the way around. It's 10 on each rim. And they do add up, but once you invest in it, you just keep with it. And if not, you can see everybody else is competitive. It looks really silly. So as a Marine, I'm brainwashed when it comes to uniformity. And I really think it's really great. Once you get done polishing all this, because all this will be mirrors, it's all plastics, you gotta be careful. Looks like I got a crack one here. I'm gonna have to take off. Yeah, they start getting old. Alright. I'm really springy, dude. To get waxed and look better. Now you just need a spare. No cracked up spare one. Alright. truck, it's going to look like that. You see how they grab on. These are actually called twist-ons. They really look bad. See how the plastic feels up. Anything else just steel wool. Looks really good when you put the new stuff on. It's a lot of finger work. Trying to get it underneath this rubber. I try to start it with 2. Really manhandle that. Make sure it grips. Really walk it in there. Pulling up a little bit to make sure all 4 are in there. Make sure it's centered. You can see how that looks. It looks really nice. Originally, you don't have anything. You'll see the rubber around here. And then you see how they screw it in. You'll have screws in here, but the rust will drain right down. So when you have these don't have any screws. They clamp right on the rubber itself. The twist on, so you can see how I did that. You twist a little bit, it catches underneath. Alright, back to Milwaukee. Looks a little different after the wash. Yeah, slide these out here. These covers look alright. Once the rims get cut. Smart flaps look a little different. Oh, they missed this one when they washed it, but I have to dress that. That looks pretty good. Caps look a little better. So they forgot to wash this. You see the uniformity that I do on the rims, the Alcoa caps. Well, I put a different sticker, it's a little bit bigger. Hope that looks nice. Always look good. I always put a Marine Corps sticker in the back. Yeah, with these wall bashes. This one didn't have a handle, but many come with it. And this handle comes in the middle. It's really nice to have these. It was really hard for drivers to get in. But when you put your feet on here, you can walk right up and use this handle. It's very simple. It's right there. Yeah, it's all about welding that little piece. I'd like to get bigger mud flaps than this. Pinning the chain so it looks good in the summer. Crack right here. So, when it gets cold like that, all the plastic really cracks. Let's use the suicide knob. That actually is the show off here. There we go. That's just the duck. It's good. Alright, take it to the yard and come back and it should be loaded. Some of these LED lights, they're going out. It's still legal. better now. Those are those new. Well, you can pretty well see how they look when they're brand new now. They look really nice. And then the bumper caps, you always have to do that. And once I steel wool and polish all this, you can see how it brings back to life. It's really sharp. Cleaning all the edges here. There's so much to do when you really get into the detail of it. But keeping it up and all the parts on it, everything else, having time to really clean it and wax it and polish it, get all this old grime off. And then you put it all back on. And it comes down to winter time. You can see how the red is really nice. How I set that up.